Hey, this is LeAnne Carswell with the Expert Real Estate Team. So today is August the 12th, and I wanted to give you your August update. I got you some new slides for us to take a look at, so let's go ahead and check those out. This is a new slide. I mean, it makes sense when you take a look at it, but the United States and spending. So obviously, when COVID hit, everybody hunkered down and went out and bought toilet paper, and so grocery sales went up. Um, Things are kind of slowly coming back. It looks like apparel is coming back, and then healthcare is finally coming. Restaurants and hotels are finally coming back. Arts and entertainment and transportation's coming back. So I just think that's a neat slide, but it makes a lot of sense. Let's see, slide 9. We're going to go down to 9. Showings in America. Showings are back too. So buyers are out there looking at properties again. Of course, when COVID hit, showings just became nothing, but they have really come back and better than in January and February. So I wanted to show you that slide because I think it's a neat slide. Then on to number 12. No, this one, Quicken Loans. They feel like the pandemic has not stopped the consistent home price growth we have witnessed in recent years. So I think that's a unique slide. 16. The summer home buying season is off to a roaring start as buyers flooded into the market. Realtor.com monthly traffic hit an all-time high of 86 million unique users in June, breaking May's record of 85 million unique users. That's pretty powerful. So people are at home searching for property. Something else is pretty powerful. Lenders are covered up with applications, purchase applications. So, I mean, obviously when COVID hit, they went down to nothing, but now they are back. And the week after the 4th of July, I guess everybody talked about, gosh, we need a bigger house. Let's, put in our application for a loan. And that week after July the 4th, boy, things, really busted. So these are just neat slides for me. This one I think is a pretty nifty survey. So Realtor.com in April did a survey of home buyers of why they needed in their next home, more interior space, more outdoor space, an updated kitchen, and better technology. In July, they said they needed more interior space. The desire to own their home was important. Moving from the city to the suburbs was more important, and getting more outdoor space. So that tells a lot with COVID and what's going on there. A lot of them are planning, 63% of them are buying a home due to remote workability. That's a pretty cool slide. Then surge in urban high-end listings. So that's in town, things are going on the market. So that's something to notice. Then slide 33. Let's see, days on the market's down to 24 days. I thought it was neat that South Carolina, we're moving a little bit slower than the two states on either side of us, which is interesting. Then 41. I could make y'all listen to all these other slides, but I only hit the ones that I feel like are important. So total home sales, June of last year, June of this year, even in COVID, total home sales are really high. I mean, things in April and May were off slightly, but they didn't drop down to nothing. So, I mean, houses are still selling, and I like to let people know that. Pending home sales. are looking good. I thought this was interesting. They did have a big dip there. In the South, pending home sales are up 10.3%. That's an interesting slide. I always like the percentage of distressed property because we get a lot of calls of folks looking for foreclosures. So we try to educate them and let them know that foreclosures are only about 3% of our market. That's just kind of the way things are. A lot of the good deals have been absorbed already into the market. So slide 53, seller traffic index. So in South Carolina and the states around us, seller traffic is weak, very weak. So what that means is, a lot of sellers aren't putting their homes on the market. And then there's a buyer slide I'll show you in a minute that, it's a perfect storm with supply and demand. So if you're a seller, now's a good time to sell because not a lot of things are out there, but the buyers are looking and it's just the demand. So let's see, 553, 556 we're going to. Months inventory, home for sale. Right now it's 4 months. That's a seller's market. 56. Oh, I wanted to show you the absorption rates. So let's go over to SharePoint. So absorption rates are how fast or how slow the market absorbs certain price points. And got it broken down for you. And I meant to have this up. Okay, in the Greenville market, and what constitutes a seller's market is 6 months or under. So right now in the Greenville MLS, really 550 and under, it is a seller's market. So when you get over 550, it is a buyer's market. Similar thing in Spartanburg. There's a little blip of a buyer's market in the 4 to 5s. It drops back down to a seller's market, 5 to 550. Then it goes back to a buyer's market, meaning there's more inventory than there are buyers. So I think that's just a unique little slide there. A few more. Oh, here's my buyer traffic slide. So buyer traffic, look how South Carolina is all out by itself with very strong buyer traffic. So North Carolina and Georgia has stable buyer traffic. We've got strong buyer traffic and then weak seller traffic. So that means for sellers, prices go up. So that's something to consider if you are thinking about selling, or you might consider it now. So it's one thing we take a look at for you on your property. So interest rates, 2.88%. That is unreal. It is unheard of. The 30-year fixed is amazing. So again, go out and buy some houses. They project them to stay low into 2021, which again is encouraging. I mean, that's nothing to shake a stick at. So if you're thinking about buying, it's a good time. I mean, you can do well. So let's see. Freddie Mac's projecting them to be a tad higher. Then mortgage credit availability. So historically, here's the deal. So back before the shift of the market, back before 07, they were giving money away to people who shouldn't have been given money. Then we had the crash. They tightened up. They kind of realized, oh goodness, we shouldn't be. They got their hands spanked, really. So they made it very difficult for buyers when it came to getting a loan. They should have been difficult with them to begin with, but they got too tight here. So they did loosen up a little bit. Back with when COVID started, things fell off a bit, so we'll have a little blip there. But that, now you got to jump through some hoops you wouldn't have had to jump through in the past, but they're all for your own protection. So, I mean, they don't want you buying a home that you can't pay for, and we all should appreciate that. Then I always use this slide. I was talking to a lady yesterday, and her credit score is in the 650 to 700 range, and I mean almost 18% of FICO scores are in that range. So, I told him, like, you really, I mean, I remembered this slide, and I thought of her when she told me what her score was, and I'm like, you really need to talk to a lender, because you may be surprised, you can get some money. So that's something to think about. Other than that, those are what I think are the big key takeaways from the service that I provide or subscribe to each month, and kind of helps give us guidance and helps give me education, help give you guidance when it comes to what's going on in the market. Again, it tries to take it and make it a national and then a regional, and then we drill it down to local. So if you really want to know what's going on locally and with your property, all you have to do is reach out. If you want to start searching for a property, let's get in conversation, and you can talk with me or any of my agents. We're here at the Expert Real Estate Team. The number is 895-9791, and we'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much.